First of all, let me start by saying compliments of the season to every single one of you out there. It's another episode of your favorite sports program, Sports 360. A friend of mine saw me last week and was like, your predictions have been on point, and I've been eating off them. If you've been eating off our predictions as well, please go to our comment section and drop us a comment. Tell us how good we've been doing or how much more you would love us to improve. Press the like button and also please share. Our last week predictions, we did say in the English Premier League that Ipswich Town was taking on Newcastle and Newcastle was going to get a win or draw out of that game. Newcastle practically annihilated Ipswich Town, defeating them by 4-0 with Alexander Isak scoring 3 goals in that encounter, his first hat-trick of his career. In La Liga, Barca took on Atletico Madrid. We did say Barca knows how to score goals, we know. But at the same time, they cannot stop conceding. Atletico Madrid has found the net in practically all their games, and we said they were going to play over 1.5. Over 1.5, meaning that they were going to score more than 1 goal in that encounter. And yes, they did not disappoint, but contrary to what many expected, they expected Barca to at least get something from that game, but Atletico Madrid put them to the swords and defeated them by 2-1. Congratulations to Atletico. It's not looking good for the Catalan Giants. Hopefully they will bounce back come the second half of the season. Leverkusen was at home to Freiburg. Leverkusen have found their scoring boots once again. They defeated Freiburg 5-1. We predicted that Leverkusen will get something out of that game, either a win or a draw. They won, and kudos to everybody who believed that Leverkusen was good enough. Atlanta took on Empoli. We said 1 draw, no bet. Atlanta was at home, so 1 draw, no bet, as you all should rightly know by now, meant that Atlanta was going to win. If they drew, your funds will be refunded, but if they lost, then that's the only way you lose money on that game. But Atlanta, they're special. They defeated Empoli by 3-2. Right now, they are topping the log. And our own Ademola Lookman scored in that game. Fantastic one for Atlanta. They are Christmas champions for the first time. And kudos to Gasperini and his charges. They've been doing wonderfully well in the Italian top flight. Everton at home against Chelsea. Chelsea, we're in form, and we're supposed to get something out of that game. We gave them 2 draw, no bets. That was the only game they drew, so that money will be refunded. But we got 4.5 over 5. I used 4.5, not 4, because we didn't lose. So if you put $1 on that game, you will definitely get returns. We say kudos to anybody who placed a penny on our games. And please don't forget to drop us a comment if you did, so others will get to know too. That's how we say welcome to you to Sports 360. You know, I still remain Mark Usifu, and stay tuned because it's going to be an exciting ride. Over to boxing, where Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk had a rematch of their first bouts in Saudi Arabia, and it went practically almost in the same manner as the first one. It was a unanimous decision that went the way of Alexander Usyk. Tyson Fury was angry. The man was furious because he felt he threw more punches. He should have won that bout. But it is not about how many punches you throw, but practically how many you land. So he threw over 500 punches. Usyk didn't throw that much, but yet Usyk landed more punches, and at the end of the day, Usyk, on all the 3 judges' scorecards, was declared the winner, and he took it home. Fury is still complaining, said he was robbed. Usyk was asked if he felt likewise, and he said no. Tyson Fury, yes, a very good boxer. He played his part in that encounter, but no, my friend, you were not robbed. I was the better boxer on the night. And remember, I did say here, I did predict that if the bout went to the final round, definitely Usyk, being the more skillful, will come out victorious, and it panned out exactly as I claimed it would. Congratulations to Usyk for becoming undisputed heavyweight champion. He has the WBC, WBO, WBA titles to his name, and hopefully he keeps on going, because right now everybody is confused. Nobody knows what's next for the man. Is he retiring? Is he going to keep on fighting? What's going to happen to Tyson Fury? He has lost twice to Usyk. Will there be a rematch, or will he also be retiring as well? Or many say maybe there is a bout between Anthony Joshua and Fury, but for right now, both boxers are keeping their futures to their chests. Hopefully we'll see more of them, because Right now, the heavyweight boxing scene is not looking as good as it used to in the 90s, but we hope these boxers will still keep us entertained. Moving away from boxing, we're going straight to the NBA. And in the NBA, we saw the Golden State Warriors get defeated at home by the Los Angeles Lakers. We all know that Lakers is the home of the king himself, LeBron James. And we've talked about Golden State Warriors. We've been complaining for a while now that Stephen Curry needs help in that team because he cannot do it alone. Besides, the man is getting older. So hopefully, they will find him some help. We're even hearing rumors that the likes of LeBron James might be reunited with Stephen Curry. Remember, they played together in the Olympics and won gold for the United States. New York Knicks defeating San Antonio Spurs 117-114. Victor Wembanyama played a very, very major role for the San Antonio Spurs, but unfortunately, they came up short. Dallas Mavericks could not defeat Minnesota Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards putting up a fantastic performance in that game. The likes of Klay Thompson, Kyrie Irving all came short for Dallas. And Boston Celtics were defeated 114-118 by the Philadelphia 76ers. Remember, Boston Celtics are current NBA champions. Will they retain their crown? Well, that we have to see. But Celtics coming up short to the 76ers. I actually thought Boston were the better side and would have come up with a win, but unfortunately, the 76ers had other ideas. And that's how it has been in the NBA during the Christmas period. Hopefully, we'll get to see more games as this season progresses and we see some fantastic basketball being played. And onto football, where we had games played on Boxing Day. You know, the English Premier League never sleeps, so lucky for us because it keeps us going. Liverpool defeated Leicester City by 3-1. Liverpool keeps on firing on all cylinders. They're not slowing down for no one, and we can say probably come the end of the season, Liverpool will be crowned champions. Chelsea are in the second position. Liverpool are leading them on the log with 7 points, but Chelsea has always said that they are not in a title race. They are just a team trying to find momentum, build continuity. Do you think Chelsea is in the title race? If you did think so, if you're a Chelsea fan, ardent Chelsea fan, and you feel that Chelsea are still in this race, then please go over to our comment section, drop us comments, but not forgetting to press the like button and share. Chelsea were defeated at home in the Stamford Bridge by Fulham, 1-2. Fulham, you should know, has never defeated Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, and that was a huge surprise to everybody, including myself. Kudos to Fulham. Yes, they scored 2 goals in the second half to take the game to Chelsea and take all 3 points away from the Bridge. I want to believe that this is just a blip, and Chelsea in their next game against Ipswich Town will come back firing. Manchester City drew 1-1 with Everton. In that game, Erling Haaland missed his penalty kick. He scored the rebound, but he was flagged offside. We saw Newcastle annihilate Aston Villa by 3-0. Villa had no answers for Newcastle's attack. Isak still scored a goal in that one. The man just can't stop scoring. Aston Villa, we don't understand what is going wrong with them. Unai Emery's side last season, doing very well at this point, but come this season, maybe because they are in the Champions League and they don't have the squad to navigate multiple competitions, probably that's what's affecting them. But it's a sad sight to see because we expected more from Aston Villa this season. Nottingham Forest are gradually climbing up the table. They defeated Spurs 1-0. They are in the top 4, and it's beautiful to see. Spurs and G. Postecoglou keeps complaining that he needs 1 or 2 signings in January. Let's see who they're going to get. But will that improve Spurs? Spurs has always been Spurs to a lot of people. They don't win things, and that's the reason why Harry Kane had to leave. Remember, Gareth Bale never won anything in Spurs, but he went to Real Madrid and won loads. He came back on loan to Spurs and still didn't win anything. So, are Spurs doomed? Well, remains to be seen. Manchester United lost again to Wolves 2-0. And you begin to ask the question, why was Ruud van Nistelrooy not kept at the helms a little bit longer? I would have preferred Van Nistelrooy. This is just me talking. The members of the board of United had other ideas, but I felt Ruud van Nistelrooy, somebody who knew what the club meant, and he knew the traditions of that team. He has been there before as a very, very good striker. So I saw no reason why he was not. And Probably they felt, okay, he was a second man. No, he was not. He was not always a second man. He was an head coach of other teams, and he quite rightly said he would only be an assistant in a club as huge as United, because he understood the traditions and was ready to play second fiddle. So I do not see the reason why he was not confirmed as the interim coach for the rest of the season. And that singular move by Ineos to appoint Amorim destroyed two teams. You can also remember that Sporting Lisbon were doing fantastically well in the Portuguese Liga, and all of a sudden it's free fall for them. Even the coach that was hired weeks ago to replace Amorim has been fired as well. And it begs the question, so why destroy both teams? Because now United do not seem to be able to find the solutions to their problems, and it goes back to square one. Forthcoming games, we have Ipswich Town taking on Chelsea. Ipswich Town, we know, are in free fall. Chelsea lost to Fulham, remember, by 2-1. But I want to believe that Chelsea this time around will bounce back. Yes, they're playing away, but they will bounce back against Ipswich Town. We have Leicester taking on Manchester City. Ruud van Nistelrooy's Leicester are not as brilliant as they were initially when he took over. And I want to believe that this slump by City will come to a halt at some point. And I want to believe that probably it should be against Leicester. They're away to Leicester. What that will happen is Leicester picks a point in that game. But will this be the comeback for Manchester City? If you ask me, I think it will be. Man United will be playing Newcastle. Man United, Newcastle. It's going to be a very tough one because Newcastle right now can't stop scoring. Manchester United can't stop conceding. So will United be able to take something out of that game? That game remains to be seen. I'm sitting on the fence of that one. But if you want me to stick my neck out, I'm even looking at the corner of Newcastle. I want to believe that Newcastle will be able to get something from that game. And remember, Serie A is also in action come this weekend. Serie A is in action, and we're going to see Napoli take on Venezia. Napoli will want to go back to the top of the table, and for them to be able to do so, they have to continue winning. So Napoli will be up against Venezia, and I won't believe that, yes, Antonio Conte's side will be fired up for this encounter. Juve will be taking on Fiorentina. That's a very huge game. Could go either way, but we also remember that Juve do not know how to lose in the Serie A. Unfortunately, they still don't also know how to win. Cagliari will be at home to Inter. Inter showing Champions League form, and yes, they will want to keep their foot on the gas and not let the gap between them and Atalanta get too wide, because then it will be very difficult to make up. So I want to believe that Inter, yes, will be able to take probably all 3 points from Cagliari. We have AC Milan taking on Roma, and for me that should be the biggest clash of this weekend. And will AC Milan defeat Roma? That remains to be seen. We know AC Milan is a yo-yo side. They keep blowing hot and cold. Will they be able to defeat Roma, who has Claudio Ranieri firing them, motivating them and pushing them, striving them to big things? Will they be able to get one over AC Milan? Well, seriously doubt. We need to watch that game. I would definitely be watching, so I hope you watch it too. Those are the games for now, because we know that other leagues will be starting next year. At this juncture, we want to say compliments of the season to you all. Taking on City. Everybody's going to expect City to lose this one, but City cannot continue to lose. I do not want to believe that City will lose, but unfortunately, I still don't see City winning as well. And that's why I'm going to go with City win or draw. They're playing away to Leicester. If they were playing at home, I think I would have said they will defeat Leicester, but since they are away, it's better to be on the safe side, and I'll say it's going to be a win or draw for Manchester City. On the 30th, we have Ipswich Town taking on Chelsea. Ipswich Town are in free fall right now, so I do not see them getting anything over Chelsea. So I'll go with 2 draw no bets, just keep it safe. 2 draw no bets simply means that Chelsea will win that game, but if they draw, your funds will be refunded back to you, and the only way you can lose funds is if Chelsea loses that game, which I do not see it happening. Ipswich Town cannot be too strong for this Chelsea. And Man United will be taking on Newcastle. It's the same 30th. Man United, Newcastle. I want to believe that Newcastle is back in form, but I'm going to give them a goal. Newcastle will score a goal in that encounter. I don't want to know what the end result will be, but I see Newcastle scoring a goal in that one. They're moving over to the Serie A. Napoli will be taking on Venezia. Napoli are also in form. Antonio Conte is the man who at the helm of Napoli, and we all know that he will fire up his charges for this one. I see Napoli won't draw no bet as well. Juve will be taking on Fiorentina, so I see Juventus getting a win or a draw against Fiorentina. Cagliari will be at home to Inter Milan. Inter Milan firing on all cylinders, still the team to beat in Serie A. They are third on the log, but they have a game in hand, and if they win that game in hand, they move over to first position, displacing Atalanta. So we cannot write Inter off this season, because at the end of the day, they might still end up being champions. Cagliari Inter bonus game, I see Inter taking all 3 points, but to be on the safe side, we'll go with Inter to draw no bets. That's our show for this week.